The National Arts Festival in Grahamstown celebrates great jazz legacies with youthful verve. On this year's program, it will celebrate key jazz milestones, give a nod to great musical traditions from across the African continent, and showcase some of the best among what Europe and the United States have to offer today. Taking place from the 28th of June until the 7th of July, the program is going to offer a rare feast of magic and music in the culture bowl for jazz enthusiasts. Desiree Poe, the head of sponsorship at Standard Bank, and Sisonke Konti, the jazz saxophonist, will be performing at the Jazz Festival in Grahamstown, and they join us now in studio. A very good morning to you two, and welcome.
Good morning, Spirit.
Now, Des, I'm going to start with you. Take us through some of the big productions that will headline this year's Jazz Festival.
Well, we have quite a lot of productions, and I'm going to leave it to Sisonke to give you an idea of the music. I think it's better. He has a better appreciation of what he will be delivering, and I do not want to steal that moment from him. So I think it is important to note that the National Arts Festival has a long history of establishing musicians, and it is in itself an institution in this country. We have had the pleasure of being associated with the National Arts Festival for a very long time, and most critically celebrating one of the oldest jazz festivals in South Africa, that being the Standard Bank Jazz Festival. That is a very central part of the National Arts Festival in Grahamstown.
Okay, now Sisonke, we're definitely looking forward to that. What can we expect?
I mean, it's going to be a great lineup of musicians from America. There's a very special pianist called Aaron Goldberg, and a lot of musicians from Europe. And I particularly look forward to the South African acts as well, because that's I think the gist of the festival. There's Andile Yenana, there's Paul Hamner, there's Makoy Mkhubata, there's me. So there's a lot of artists to look forward to. Yeah.
Now, Desiree, a lot is expected from the Standard Bank young artists. Have you had a sneak peek into their works, and what can you expect this time around?
Well, most recently we've been exposed to the work of Thandin Duli, who Mandwa just spoke about, who is a protege of a talent that came out of the program, and she is the winner of the Standard Bank Young Artist. So I think, if I may just say that, seeing how the likes of Pokangdre and Thandin Duli have come up the ranks after being awarded the Standard Bank Young Artists Award has been really pleasurable to see them now take center stage at major South African events, events of global stature, such as the Standard Bank Joy of Jazz is really something to celebrate. And as Sisonke has alluded, we have also seen the likes of the established jazz artists also appear repeatedly at the National Arts Festival in Grahamstown, and even go on to grace the stages of the Standard Bank Joy of Jazz. We will be celebrating, as Manto had already said, 30 years of a partnership between Makoy Mkhubata and this at the event this year. So we're very excited, and it is an honor and a privilege, actually, as Standard Bank, to have been associated with jazz in this country for such a long time.
Sure. Yeah, it is quite a huge milestone. Now, Sisonke, this year's festival will see multisensory immersive works that will cut across all disciplines. What does this tell you about the state of jazz music in South Africa moving forward?
For me, I mean, there's the likes of Rebirth of Cool, which is a hip-hop project with a lot of young artists who are mostly jazz musicians who are actually tapping into the hip-hop market. So it goes to show that there's a lot of young people who are interested in jazz, and the future is bright for South African jazz. Yeah.
And Desiree, talk us through about the process of matching the available resources and the available space given at the festival, given the amount of proposals that you receive each year.
As you can imagine, it is quite a production. There's a massive team of people that are led by Tony Lancaster at the National Arts Festival in Grahamstown, who coordinate this. We obviously have a lot of interest from across the country and elsewhere on the continent and even internationally. Obviously, the priority is given to our South African artists, which is the reason why we structure the event in such a way that we can accommodate the various elements. There will be daily productions during the 10-day festival, and more importantly, there are key themed or focused events within the National Arts Festival. We have, the National, the Sanderbank Jazz Festival, and we also have a Children's Arts Festival, which is one of the development initiative that goes to illustrate that the appreciation for jazz is not just for the mature audience.
Absolutely.
We have a much younger audience that has come through, and the appreciation is extended, and the skills and the knowledge is imparted on the younger children. We also run master classes and outreach programs that allow for those that have an interest to gain a better appreciation of the jazz as a music genre in this country.
And it's good to see the interest is always on the rise. It's just unbelievable.
Indeed.
Yeah,
indeed.
now Sisonke, I've been following your work for quite a while now. What kind of challenges have you encountered along the way, and how have you encountered, or rather overcome, those challenges?
I mean, obviously as an independent jazz artist, it's hard to get your product out there because the record labels don't really sign jazz artists. Yep. So those are the challenges that we have in I guess PR, in pushing our product. But I guess festivals like the Sanderbank Jazz Festival help in that sense, to get your name out there. People get to see you on a big stage, and where you can put out your work.
All right.
Yeah.
All the best to you too. Thank you so much for chatting to us this morning.
Thank you very much.
All right. That's Desiree Poe, the head of sponsorship at Standard Bank, and Sisonke Lonti, jazz saxophonist, who will be performing at the National Arts Festival in Grahamstown, which takes place from the 28th of June to the 8th of July. Now, organizers recently unveiled their lineup for the main program stages.